come. Achieve success with global.media.com. Then celebrate it with or without champagne or rum.
Hello, happy Friday, everyone. It's always amazing and a privilege to be here again on another edition of Positivity Live. And today promises to be another powerful, another insightful, and impactful discussion. Why? Because we are talking about the benefit of building online. These are topics that we don't hear about often. People do not talk about it. People just want to get on. But what are the benefits? What are the gain? What is it that's going to change in your life when you begin to build online? And like I tell you, bidding online right now is not negotiable. It's not a matter of should I or should I not. It's not a matter of contemplating and say, oh, let me think about it. No, it's a must for any businesses. You want to grow, you want to expand, you want to become better, you want to evolve, you want to sell more, you want to make impact, you want to influence people, whatever it is you want to do, build.
Oh, with a Zion sound for a second. Okay, looks like we lost Zion sound. Hopefully he will come back, I'm sure. That's why I say welcome. Ijoma, welcome. Always great to have you in our rooms, my friend. Thank you for joining us. We have Zara here as well, so there's more than enough of us to entertain you until Zion finds his connection again. To Nigeria internet, NEPA, doing the good things in life. Yes, now these things happen, right? So I'm sure Zara will come back.
No, he will.
Yes, as I was saying, that this is an important topic. I think I still know people who they do the other things in 2025. So some people in Cornwall, Zara, they will go and post leaflets on trees. They will leaflets of trees. I'm like, what are you doing? It's 2025. There's others who go and do door knocking. I'm like, damn, door knocking? What are you thinking of? And look, I've done door knocking, right? I've done door knocking where literally I've walked up and down the streets giving out leaflets. So, there's something funny about when you do those offline things. Yes, how you doing, Gladys? Great to see you, my friend. Glad you're here. Now, there's something funny, when you go and do the old marketing things, right? They're walking up and down the streets, for example. Magic happens. So I'll turn into a street and I think, okay, all right, I can see the end of the road. That's not too bad, right? And when you start walking, knocking on the doors, the road gets longer and longer and longer, and my feet ache as well. And people are quite happy to say to you, get lost. I got a sign outside saying no leaflets, no marketing. It's like, don't be so mean. I'm just giving you a leaflet. I know you're gonna put it in the bin anyway. Put it in the bin. It's fine.
Emmy, in regards to the whole paper thing, I remember when I was at university, there were these pieces of paper they scrunched them up, right? And they would put them through the letterbox. And one day I thought, I always used to pick these papers up and put them in the bin because I thought, why is someone putting this thing through my letterbox? Then I thought one day, let me be curious. I opened it and it said ironing services. So I called it. It was a 13-year-old boy posting ironing services because he needed to make money for his bike. I think that's incredible marketing, because imagine if you see a piece of paper.
So I think you share a reality of offline marketing, right? The reality is that sorry, I did as well, right? We both press the buttons. Only on this show can we both press buttons, by the way. On every other show, only I can press buttons. But, when it's Zion show, he can press buttons by himself. When it's both of us, he does something, I do the same thing, right? So it gets look, when offline marketing takes several times, but I think online as well, right? It takes several times. Leafleting, the simple rule is that the first 5 leaflets you deliver are going to get put in the bin, whether you like it or not. No, so eventually they might think, let me have a look, like you do, Zara. But on the online method is so much more efficient. We'll come to that in a second. So let's do our introductions, Zion. So I'll come back to you, my friend.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Eni. As I was talking now, boom, I was off the stage, but it's so good to be back. These are the things we experience, using the online space. But then it's always good. It's always amazing to be here with us again on another edition of our Positivity Live. You know how we do it. For us, it's all about spreading positivity to every corner of the earth, one person at a time. And we believe in the power of community. That's why we are bringing more positive people together to engage, to collaborate, to partner, and just to share insights on their personal experience and how they resonate with each of the topics that we bring week in, week out. So I want to say a big thank you. If you are joining us live, please drop in the comments. Let us know that you are there. Tell us where you are joining us from. We know we have our global reach. We have our global audience, joining us today. So you can drop in the comment where you are joining us. We can see Onela joining us today. Yes, Onela, say hi, everybody. She's joining us all the way from France. Thank you so much, Onela, for being here. We appreciate it so much. Victoria is in the building. Victoria, say hi, everyone. Yes, please keep dropping the comments so that we would know that you are here. We want to shout you out. Why? Because you are our superstar, you are our celebrity, and we always appreciate you. I know sometimes LinkedIn can have the glitches that we don't get to see the comment here on the stage, but if we see the comment, we're going to highlight it just to let the world know that you are here with us. For those who don't know me, my name is Zion Inogeru. You're Mr. Positive Energy, a man on a mission to spread positivity to every corner of the earth, one person at a time. I'm a positivity coach. I help people embrace positivity intentionally because we know that it's very easy to be overwhelmed. It's very easy to be carried away with the challenges of life, of work, of family, and then just having that person to be able to intentionally put you through on what to do on a daily basis to embrace the power of positivity. It's what I do. And I also help host online events like this. You have a message, you want to make a global impact, you want to reach out to people more, and you don't know how to do it. Reach out to me, let's work together. Let's put you in front of your target audience so that you can be able to reach out to more people and have more impact in the world. That's that about me. I'm not working alone. This space we have, I have my team who have been working with me for close to 3 years now. We show up here every Friday with the sole aim of making a positive impact and spreading the positivity one person at a time. And for me, I call them the best team in the world because why? They have been committed, they have been consistent, they have been dedicated to this cause. And for me, it's a privilege to work with them on a daily basis to see that these dreams that started as a thought has become a movement and is impacting thousands of people on a global scale. So it's always a privilege for me, to appreciate my team in the presence of Mr. Eni is here now. And Jamie is not here. And Lydia, she's not here as well. Isa is not here, but they sent their regards and they want you all to know that we all love you. We appreciate you so much for supporting us and always showing up for us on every Friday like this as we continue to spread positivity together. With that being said, I'm going to pass the mic to Mr. Eni so he can introduce himself, tell us who he is, what he does, and how he's making a positive impact in the world. So, Mr. Eni, the mic is yours.
Thank you so much, my friend. Actually, take your screen, and then you're gonna throw yourself back. That's what I say, right? So, give me 1 sec. So, I want to welcome Adrian. Adrian, we see you, of course, Paulette, the finance genius. Glad you're here as well, Paulette. It's always great to have you in our room, right? If you want to come and share, my friends, the link is in the comment section of the event page. So, just literally go there, click the link, and you find the StreamYard link. It's one of the top posts. So do join us and do come and share your thoughts on our topic. The more people share, the better it is. And I guess that's one of the benefits of being online. But we'll come to that in a second, right? So for those who know me, those who don't know me, I'm Eni Osong, and I'm on a mission to, Zion's mission to spread positivity, but more, I guess I'm more interested in helping you grow your business. Business growth is what I talk about at best of times, but that comes from your mindset. I always say in business, we think it's all a hard work. It's not, and maybe even what what we know. In reality, business success comes from your 98% mindset and 2% what you know, right? So we have to learn to use positivity, a growth mindset, to really fuel what we do, how we be, and that will fuel better results for us. So that's why I talk about that, in my event. As I say, I'm about to go to Ghana to go and do a keynote speech at the 2,500 people conference, Williams No Humans Users conference. So I guess what I do is broadening out. And I said my real passion is helping people to write the book, publish their book, sell their book, and then make them international bestsellers on Amazon. But if you have a book plan, a book dream, then let's talk. If you've written a book that's not published, let's talk. If you've written a book, or if you want to write a book, then let's talk as well, right? Your book can't help anyone if it stays in your head, if it stays in your computer. Yeah, so let's get your book out and let's get you building a business on the back of your book, impact more people. So all of that is real positivity in our world. Let me stop talking for a second. Let's pass the mic back to Mrs. Z, as I call him. That way, let's start sharing on the topic today.
Yes.
It's a huge one for all of us, right?
Thank you so much, Mr. Eni. Thank you. And it's so amazing to hear how you're making an impact, especially with your passion of helping people to write their books and, also help them amplify their voices. And we are Paulette in the building. Paulette is saying, hello, LinkedIn family. Thank you so much for joining us. And like Mr. Eni has said, anyone you want to join us on stage, you want to be part of the conversation, to share with us how has coming online has impacted your life, your business. The link is in the comment section that can take you to the backstage where you can join us so you can share your thoughts and your insight. Yes, my brother Kevin is at the video. He said late, but yeah, that's the spirit.
You're never late as long as you're here, Kevin. Great to see you, my friend. Great to see you, sir. Glad you're here with us. Right.
Welcome, brother. Welcome. Thank you so much. And yes, please help us, for those on LinkedIn or any social media platform, share these events. Tag somebody needs to hear this. Somebody is very shy, does not want to come online. Tag them. Something is going on. Why you need to come online? Why people need to see your business online? So tag them, repost it, share it with them, because what we are going to be sharing today is how it has impacted our life. We are sharing with you our personal story, how coming online has transformed our life, transformed our business, and we don't want you to miss out of this. So share, repost, invite somebody, tell somebody that this event is going on so that we can be able to share. Because like I said earlier, embracing the online space is not negotiable. It's not a matter of should I or should I not, because it has made a whole lot of things much more easier. I remember having the vision of spreading positivity to every corner of the urban person at a time. It was just a thought in my head. I thought about it, how impactful it could be. But then, if not for the online space, if not for coming online, I tell you, I would not be where I am today. It's not probably, it's the reality. It's the reality. Now, I'm all the way in Nigeria, and you can see on stage, we have people from all over the world, from the United States, from France, from UK, from Europe, from Asia. People join us on this platform. Why? Because I was able to leverage the online space. Take, for example, someone that has a physical shop, and maybe you have a business on a physical shop. And I tell you, most of the people that will buy from your shop are the people that pass by at that street that you are, are the people that pass at the street or at the lane that you are. And I think it's going to be the same people day in, day out. Maybe somehow random person can just pass by. Maybe they're taking a stroll or they're driving around and they will pass by. But I tell you, if you are staying in a physical location without online marketing, without putting yourself out there, the people that will keep patronizing you is the same person. And imagine somebody, maybe you are selling a cloth or a shoe. If I buy a shoe from you today, the next time I'll be needing a shoe can be a few months' time. So meaning I'm not going to buy from you until a few months' time. Having a physical location, that was something that really limited me before. being in Nigeria, the only people I could reach out to were people in my geographical location, maybe in my street, 2 streets away from me, in my city, in my locality. That was the only people I could reach out to. But because I had a passion for a global impact, because I know that this is not all there is. If I truly want to make an impact, if I truly want to spread the vision of positivity to every corner of the earth, there is need for me to come out there. And how do I come out? By coming on the online space. And I tell you, being online has really been a game changer, has been a catalyst that transformed my thoughts that used to be a thought 3 years ago into a business, into a global movement that is impacting people from all over the world. So I'm going to share with you, some of the benefit for me personally that I've benefited by coming online. I would say it again, coming online is not negotiable. It's not negotiable. Now, if there's one thing I've learned, it's the access to people and resources. Maybe in my lifetime, I would have not met with Mr. Eni. I tell you, in my lifetime, I wouldn't have met with him or with Gladys or with Zara. In my lifetime, it could not be possible. And I'm going to meet with you if I didn't come online. But because I came online, it has given me access to people and to resources. There are many persons, you want business collaboration, you want partners, you want people to work together with you, but you are not coming online. I used to be shy. Some persons will tell you, oh, I'm shy, I'm quiet, I don't want them to see my face. I used to be in that category. I used to be in that place. But because I was so hungry to become a better person, the hunger to become a better person, the hunger to make much more impact, the hunger to be able to, be of help to people on a global scale, drove me out of my shell, drove me out of my comfort zone. And then, boom, I came online. And I tell you, that's one of the biggest decisions I've made, to come online on the online space and leverage it. So it's not just about coming online, it's about leveraging the online space, because we have thousands of people online, but they are not leveraging it. They are not engaging, they are not participating, they are not relating to people, they are not associating, they are not commenting, they are not doing anything. They're just there online for the sake of being online. So being online is one thing, but the ability for you to leverage the online space, it's key and it's very, very important. That's why I always say this: do not be a spectator. Do not be the one that say, I like being on the backstage, I like being on this, I like watching from afar. If you truly want to grow, if you truly want to become a better person, if you truly want to make your business to go higher and better, there is need for you to participate. There is need for you to fully involve and leverage the power of the online. But like I said before, access to people and access to resources. I tell you that people I've met on the online space, if not because I came online, I promise you I wouldn't have met them in this lifetime. But the online space gave me access. Coming online gave me access. Access to people, access to resources, access to knowledge, access to things I never thought I could have, just by putting myself out there. And secondly, one thing that coming online will do for you, it's a global reach. The global reach. You are one click away to reach out to thousands of people at a go. You are one comment away, one post away, one content away to reach out to thousands of people all over the world. A global reach. You have a business, you have an idea, you have value you are giving, and you want to reach out to more persons. Because at the end of the day, if the people that are buying from you or that are talking to you, that are reaching out to you, are the only people that you know, maybe from your family, your friends, the business might not grow the way you want it to grow. So the online space gives you a platform whereby you can reach out to people from all over the world. A global reach. You have value to give. Everyone has value to give. You're making an impact with your business or with your idea, or the value you are giving. The ability for you to have a global reach, it's very, very important. A global reach is something that everyone desires. But one way for us to really have a global reach, is by coming on your online space. And you don't have to do too much. From the comfort of your home, from the comfort of your offices, from the comfort of where you live, you don't have to pay for flights or travel from countries to country or from place to place. We have billions of people on online space. Imagine you are selling to billions. You don't have to move from place to place anymore. But from the comfort of your home, you have access to a global reach. And the third point for me, it's networking. We used to attend networking events, probably in your locality, in your community, where you have few people that attend. But right now on the online space, you can connect with people from all over the world at a go. You're just one connection away to having a relationship with your next collaborators, or with your next business partner, or with the next sponsor, or with the next person you are going to be working with to help you take your business to the next level. So networking opportunities are very easy to access. We have so many community right now in the online space, and here on LinkedIn, we have billions of people on this space. And because you are intentional about coming online, it gives you access to be able to network with people, and also have opportunity. I tell you, a whole lot can happen just by a simple conversation. A simple hello, a simple, I remember meeting Annie or talking to Gladys or Zara or Coach David. A simple hi, hello, nice connecting with you. And boom, from there, a whole lot happened just by a simple conversation. Why? Because we are able to leverage the online space, which is very, very important. For most people, your business is all about helping people. Maybe making an impact, making a difference, creating a positive change. If you truly want to help more people, if you truly want to create more positive change, if you truly want to make more impact, it's the ability for you to leverage the online space. Leverage the online space. Because when you come online, your level of impact becomes bigger. Your level of helping people, I love it when Mr. Annie say, I'm here to help people, I'm here to help businesses. If you really want to help more people, it's getting on online space, getting to know people, business connecting with business, entrepreneurs connecting with entrepreneurs, people connecting with people. And before you know it, there's so much that can truly happen on the online space. So I encourage us, for those who are still on the sideline, maybe you don't know what to do, you don't know how to go about it. For us, we have been able to leverage the online space, and it has been a huge blessing to us. Maybe you need somebody to talk to, you need someone to help you to navigate the online space, what to do, how to do it, how to position yourself. You can do it to reach out to me, or reach out to any, or any other person on stage. We can be able to help you to leverage it. Because why? The world needs you. It needs your value. It needs what you are offering. The world needs your business and the services you are giving out there. And the ability for more people to see you, for you to stay visible, for you to stay in a place where people can see you, it's key for you to make more impact. The more people see you, the more you make more impact. And the more you make more impact, the more money you are bound to make. So embracing the online space, it comes with so much benefit that is inexhaustible. But with that being said, I'm going to pass the mic to Mr. Annie, and then before we go to the special guests on stage, where they can share with us on how the online space has really benefited them and has taken their business to a whole new level. So, Mr. Annie, thank you so much. I'll give the mic to you.
Thank you, Mrs. Z. So, our friends on stage, our friends who are here, I will happily give you the mic, because I love to hear your thoughts, and I would like to keep our guests entertained, engaged. So, Ms. Zara, let's talk to you. Give me a second. Before I do that, let me work on a couple more people. Paulette, I see your points, my friend. I will come to each one. I'm sure we'll right. So give me a few minutes. Yolanda, super author, in the making. Glad you're here, Yolanda. Thanks so much for joining us. Esther, I see you as well. Great to have you here. LinkedIn user, I have no idea who that is. So please put your name in the comments. But hello, everyone. Just probably say hello. And this is Annie. My sister Annie says I'm at work. Take care, everyone. So I see you, Annie. Welcome. I'm glad you joined us. Hopefully, hopefully your day gets better, Annie. That's what I say. I know what I mean. You know what I mean as well. It's fine. It's cool. Coach Ashif, the genius coach that you are. Thanks for joining us, my friend. Good day and good vibes to you as well. Thank you so much for being here. Coach David's come back. So let me put him back on stage. So so I'm sure that you've all got a lot to share. So we'll say let's hear your thoughts on the importance of the online space, and maybe strategies that we can use to build on our positivity, make the experience work for us and work for our friends and our clients and so on and so forth. Zara, I'll come to you first, my friend. Go for it.
So hello guys, hello Annie, hello Zion, thank you so much for having me. I am Zara Camp from Whisper Boy I am the collaborative director of Whisper Boy. You spoke about using online space. Now, what I tend to do is this. I create podcasters. Myself and Cyrus work with people who are interested in amplifying their voices through the branding system. We work online because online gives you the freedom to create your digital footprint. You are given so much more freedom online than you are given on the physicalities, like Zion said earlier on. It's going to be impossible for me to travel to every single country every day to reach the audience. But online, especially on LinkedIn, it gives me the opportunity to connect with people like Keller, to connect with people like Americo, to connect with people like Annie, to connect with people like Zion, like Chiedza, to connect with people who are, they're already impactful. Now, the thing that I've noticed is when you first join LinkedIn, there appears to be the worry of, what if I post something and it doesn't reach a particular audience? Or what if I post something and people don't like it? Now, LinkedIn allows you to fully develop, and it allows you to collaborate with professionals. The only reason that I know Annie, and Annie understands this, we had our coffee meeting. It was online. I think it was around 20, 30 minutes. And Annie told me what he did. And I thought, okay, my mother comes from Darfur. My daddy is a Viking. He's a Russian man. And I thought, my mother has a book on Amazon. How can I bring that book forward if I did not connect with Annie? Now, through Annie, I met Cyrus, and now I work with Cyrus. And we have created a platform where people can come in and bring their voice to the front. The other day, I told a story about, a woman who had a shop, and I'm sure a lot of you heard it. A woman who had a shop in the middle of nowhere, and one day this man passes and he hears, these ticks and these talks. He walks into the bookshop and he says to her, "I've never ever seen you before. I didn't know that you were here." And he finds that by her telling the stories of where the clocks were from and how they came into existence in her hands, he was very intrigued. So he went and he got himself a mic, and he came back and a recorder, sorry, not a mic. Got himself a recorder, came back, he recorded her. And one day she was taking the train, she was commuting somewhere, and someone said to her, her name was Ellie, said to her, "I've heard the noises that your shop makes, right? I've heard the noises that your shop makes." Now, listening to stories like that and hearing people like on Real Talk Reclaimed, I get to interview people like William Plange. William Plange, Annie, you are so fortunate and so lucky to be in that conference, because William Plange, we know Annie, he's a very incredible friend of ours, and he has worked so hard from that picture that was taken from him. And imagine if we did not have the online space that we have now, I would have never met William Plange. I would have never met his stories. He would have never had an impact on the new podcasters that I have. If I had never been online, I would not have become, the partner to Whisper Boy. I would have never have been able to collaborate and hear stories. Now, as a podcaster, you hear stories of people who go through suffering, who grow through suffering, and who want to bring their voice forward. And the only way they can do it, the majority of people I speak to are, especially online, are from countries that are not the UK. If online space did not exist, then it would be impossible for me to hear them speak. As a podcaster, you do not just sit and count the analytics. You do not just sit and think, "Oh, well, I've had this many listeners and I've done this and I've done that." You collect stories from people who have a huger impact than you think. And I think the online space, especially for my profession now, or my career now, or my partnership now, without Whisper Boy, without the collaborations, without being a collaborative director, and there's so many hours we as podcasters we put in, because as podcasters we look for the stories that resonate with themselves, not the stories that resonate with us, because everybody is there listening to a particular, a particular like thing. There is something that they need to hear. And I think sometimes when you do not have the online presence, a lot of people are afraid of online presence. If you do not start to post, no one is going to know you exist. Post anything. Post a simple hi. If people say hello back, they say hello back. If they don't, then they don't. But 100 million% someone will reach out and say, you resonate with me. I hear your voice. The amount of people that have come and said to me the things that they have said to me is because I made the decision to become online. Now, within the past month, I've learned about creating a digital footprint. We talk about carbon footprints. We roam around the earth creating all this chaos, right? But digital footprints have a huger impact than the carbon footprint, because if someone says to you, who are you? You say to them, well, Google me. Go to ChatGPT. Type my name in. This is who I am. So the more presence you have online, the more your business grows. Your business cannot grow if your community is not there. If your community is there and you have the support of the people that are within, that one person, that one individual may have 50 people, but out of the 50 people, I'm sure they have 50. So growing your online presence is determined by the factor of you. You have to start to say, I'm here, I exist, and this is what I do. And as a podcaster and as a podcastologist, I make sure that everyone who says hello, I amplify their voices. So Zion and Annie and everyone else, and Calm, hi Calm, hello Calm, everyone else that's here today, thank you very much, Annie, for giving me the stage, and thank you very much for Cyrus and for whisperboy.com and for me and my bravery, I guess. Thank you, Darfur, with love. There we go, Annie.
We always thank you, my friend. Thank you for sharing such genius with us. I'm sure many of the things you said we will come back to long before we leave. I think Gladys, Gladys was next. There's many things to know. We'll come back to everything you said, Zara, for sure. Let's go to Gladys. Gladys, what's the online world doing for you? Why? What's your take? Do we have to be up here, or I'll let it hang.
Hello, everyone. Zion, Annie, and all the guests. Well, online has helped me a lot, and you need an online presence, because if you don't have it, no one will know you. And I agree with Zara, you need to post sometimes. I think sometimes what I post is not really interesting, but it's okay. I'll post anyway. And I remember back in the day when I was in business, we had to meet at a hotel or an office building. So I really love having the option to just do it this way, because you don't have to meet in an actual physical building, a brick and mortar building, and you're able to reach thousands globally. So I love that. And it's about building relationships, getting to know that other person, not being pushy. Because folks love to talk. Allow them the opportunity to express what they're going through, what business they have, or what business they're trying to put out there, or whatever. And I've learned to listen more and talk less. So that's what's going on with me. I'm working on being on camera more. I'm not really a camera person, but I'm working on that. So yes, I'm getting over my shyness. It's coming, Zion. I know what you're thinking. But again, I think it's good to be online and to have a digital footprint, as Zara mentioned, because I have a friend, but she's no longer in business. She's dealing with health issues. She said to me years ago, and I didn't really understand it. She said, no, I'm not on social media. I don't even have an email. So no, I don't have a digital footprint. I said, what's she talking about? Because I didn't know at the time, but she's absolutely right. If you Google her, you will not find her, because she doesn't even have an email. And she said, no, well, I'm still sending in my bills via snail mail. I said, no, I go online. So, I mean, to each his own, but it's a great way to meet people. And I've met some wonderful people. If I wasn't online, I wouldn't have met Zion, Any, and a whole lot of folks. Even my upline who called me right before this premiere, this StreamYard session right here. Met him in 2010. So I think it's a great thing to be online because you do need the exposure, and you will end up meeting some wonderful folks. I've met some wonderful folks on LinkedIn. I can't speak for those other platforms, but I've met some wonderful folks on the LinkedIn platform. And so that's my take on it. You need to be online. You need that visibility. You need that exposure. And that's it in a nutshell. I'm glad to be here, and thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Gladys. We really appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that. And I love it when you said, leaving your footprint online. That's very powerful. That's very, very profound. And it's something that most people have to realize, that your footprint online is very important for your growth as a person and also for your business. And for some persons, you might think, oh, I made a post and nobody liked it. It's okay. It's all about the consistency. It's all about the commitment. I remember the first post I made when I came on LinkedIn only had 2 reactions. Only 2 reactions. Now I had to go to the people and thank you for reacting to my post. Now they were total strangers. I never knew them, but I remain committed and consistent in posting. The truth is, the post which really makes impact, the people who are getting the value, they might not really comment or they might not really react. But then you can see that there are thousands of people out there who are being impacted by what you are putting there. So thank you so much, Gladys, for mentioning that. That's very profound. That's very powerful. And I believe that people can have takeaways, can take 1 or 2 from what you shared today, because encouraging people to come online is very key. Like you said, you don't really like it, but now you are getting used to it. You are getting better day by day, time after time. And the online space, there is no such thing like a perfect person or the expert in it. People get better on it day after day. So it's all about the way you go to the gym to build your muscles. It's the same way you can deal with the online space. Every day, 1 day at a time, put yourself out there. Make a post, say something, engage, react, comment. These are little things you can do that can strengthen your footprint on the online space. So thank you so much. We truly, truly appreciate it. Mr. Eni, do you want to say something, or I should go ahead and introduce the next few persons?
You go ahead, introduce our next week, and then let me let you see who they are, right?
All right. I think Coach David was the first that came online earlier. Coach David, thank you. We appreciate you so much for being here. I know you are, whenever you come here, you're always coming to share so much knowledge with us. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. You can go for it.
Yeah. You want me to speak? Me?
We can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you, my friend.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, everyone. And apologies, I've been away for a while. There's a wedding of a family. My youngest brother got married a few days ago, so I've been MIA because of his wedding. Apologies. Thank you very much, Emmy and Zion. I mean, everyone has said very powerful things. For example, I would never have met Emmy if not for the online space. That's the only way Emmy and I could have collaborated. And out of that collaboration came the bestseller. What if there was no internet? What library? I mean, there's a chance I may never meet him in a lifetime. Now, that's very sobering for me. There's a big chance I will never meet Emmy. The second advantage I think, and everybody should think about this, is that when I was leaving secondary school, because I have to make my point very quickly, I noticed that my friends are going to be away from me, and that time there was no GSM, not much internet penetration. So I thought to myself, I wish there was a way all of us could stay in touch forever, like a central hub, and boom, the internet came some years afterwards. Zion, for example, is a West African from my country. So we are so close, yet so far. It's possible that, again, I will never meet Zion, if not for the online space. So both for those who are close to you physically, even your vicinity, you've got your customers in your vicinity, yet you may never be able to meet them except via the internet. Television and radio and newspaper was the only way, which is very expensive, to take your business matter out. Your communication is very expensive. Now the internet presents new ways of all of us clustering together and interacting for far more affordable prices than the old days. So this is the best time to be a billionaire by embracing online presence. My last point is that in the world of fakes, where anything can be faked, we need digital footprint to establish who you are. And I think the lady from Cyrus, I've forgotten the name, said so. Thank you for that point. That's very deep, actually. We need to know who you are, and we need to have a history on the internet so that we don't think of you as a ghost. The world is going to a place where if you're not available on the internet, we think you're fake, or people can think you're fake or you're lying, because the gap, a lot of people are very big behemoths in the physical, but when you meet them on the internet presence is so lean and so small compared to the estates they are in the physical. So we need to begin to translate the size of what you have offline into your online presence, so we don't think you're fake. It's become an additional validating factor, and if you leave it to the wild dogs or interpretation, it's a very big lacuna you would pay for. Let me rest my case there. Thanks, my good friends, and Zion and Amy and everyone. I really appreciate you. Awesome, I'm learning a lot. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Coach David. That was very profound. You know, the online space has become a place of verification. You know, when you tell people who you are or what your business does, they have to verify. Where's your website? Or where's your social media handle? Let's go check it out. You say you offer XYZ value, or you are doing XYZ as a business. People go to the online space to verify. And I love it. It's a place of verification, you know, because they don't know you physically, they don't know you, you know, from anywhere, but because they met you somewhere, they need to verify. Thank you so much, Coach David. And there's something you said. He said, online space makes us so close yet so far. Indeed, that's so true. You know, we all live at different locations. You know, for some of us, thousands of kilometers away from each other, but yet we are so close because of the online space. We can still have a one-on-one conversation. We jump on Zoom, we jump on one-on-one call, we have meetings, people from all over the world, far physically by location, but yet close through the online space.
Zion, can I say something? Can I say something very quickly? It's very amazing how you can be down the road near my house and I don't know you even exist. That was a challenge when I was leaving secondary school. I remember telling a friend of mine that imagine it may just be that you walking into a mall and I'm on my way out of the mall, our secondary school buddies, and we can't even know. Now, if I have Telegram, Facebook, or whatever, I can tag and you can easily see me. My point is, you may be my chief customer, you're next to my door, and I don't even know you, you don't even know me. And that's the genius of the internet right there. The ability to optimize relationships that otherwise visible before now. So I appreciate this topic. Well done. What we're saying, Zion, was what, as I was looking at you again online, I was saying, can you imagine if Zion lives just in Lagos State and I was in Lagos State? The chances we're going to meet is one day. Any and I have had lunch or we've had dinner now. We met in London once. If there was no internet, no LinkedIn, how? The chances are remote. What a beautiful experience we had. We laughed at each other, and he's a very good guy. If you want to have a good time for lunch or dinner, please bring Kenny to have just 1 hour with him. But that relationship just was all totally online. Amazing gentleman, what he does, and you, Zion, too, and everyone on the call. I'm sorry I'm going on and on. It's just that moment just eats me that somebody can be next door and one may even live 50 years not knowing that just down the road is my solution or my friend or something like that. I would say thank God for the internet. Yep. So that's my last point. Sorry.
All right, Coach David. All right. Thank you so much for dropping that, added point. It's so profound indeed. This is why we have to come to the online space so that you can pass your neighbor on your way and you don't know that the person is your neighbor. You can pass your friend, you can pass your next client. You don't even know that they existed. But because of the online space, you get to know people deeper and much more better. So thank you so much, Coach David. With that being said, our brother Khan, yes, if you're still there with us, thank you so much. I'm always looking forward to your share. You can just on mic and go ahead.
Thank you very much. It's very interesting how this online presence thing works. Like you said, I'm actually having lunch right now and enjoying my vegetables and eggs and beans, and got a few slices of pizza, a cup of cocoa, which has just arrived today, so I was able to grab that. It's been absent for a couple of weeks, so it's one of my favorite drinks over here. Now I can share that with you because of online presence. This is considered at least online presence, this audio event. I've been able to reach a whole number of people, being able to converse with them, being able to find out what they do and how they do it. Like, for instance, yesterday, Annie introduced a gentleman, Dr. Phil Mark. A very fascinating name, but I was more interested in what he's capable of doing because I have value. I found value in that. And he is in Pennsylvania, which is all the way in the East Coast, and I'm in the West Coast. I have lived in Pennsylvania before, but now I know where it is. I know how far away it is. But if I want to have his services or engage in his services, now I can do so. I simply created a connection with him yesterday. We communicated back, and now I've scheduled an appointment. Simply because I heard him on an event like this yesterday. It's been great. It's been almost 9 months I've been looking for someone like him. Someone like him. I don't know if I'll continue. It all depends on how we work up on our first appointment and what exactly I need to get done. But I'm pretty sure, I'm actually very comfortable that I'll be able to go to him and actually enjoy it. Any other of the physicians here in this state, I have to physically go and see them. And I tell you what, I am petrified. I do not want to go and see them. I do not want to do that because I do not want to waste their time and waste my money knowing that the value that they're going to give me, or being suspicious of the fact that the value that they're going to provide me isn't what I'm looking for. It's just nowhere there. And their mindset is not where I want them to be because they're using a system that I no longer want to promote. And as such, I want to take my dollars somewhere else where there's a system that is an alternative to what they're using, and that will give me value for what I'm going through and actually resolve my issues. I'm doing a lot of reading, etc., etc. Things are looking up, etc., etc. But still, I need that expertise, and I took my time to run into somebody online who's very far away and who's also very interested in knowing who I am, what my ailments are, and prescribing me a solution, which is more in line with what I am interested in, what I value. So that's the biggest thing about this online thing. That advantage to me, that is that now I can pick and choose without having to drive or travel, I don't know, so many miles away just to go and find go and talk to the physician that I need to talk to. It is just a conversation that I need. And then on top of that, once the conversation is established, I just need to have, the prescriptions, etc., etc. He doesn't, and he can take care of that from his end because he's got connections, and he knows how to deal with it. So he's been in the system, and he understands where I'm coming from and what I want and where and how I want to deal with things going forward in the future. And that's what we're going to discuss in our meetings. But that's exactly what I wanted to relay. There is value in in making connections, and there's also value in getting to know or establish or creating your own personality and being known so that people can understand who you are and can appreciate you and value you. You do not have to get value right from the person next door. You can be valued from a person who is so many miles away on another continent. The seas dividing you. And that is psychologically empowering. It's psychologically empowering because depression is something that you want to avoid. And when you're valued, your depression significantly goes down because you feel valued. I mean, you feel great. I'm pretty sure Zion knows this. I'm pretty sure Annie knows this. I'm pretty sure Coach knows this. I'm pretty sure everybody on the stage knows this and can actually relate. That's all I intend to express right now. There is more, but that is it. Thank you.
I say thank you, Michael, for sure. Amazing share. It's again, I think we're all saying the same things, right? Relationships do matter. The opportunity that online space gives us, is much bigger than any physical location can give us.
And that ties into businesses.
Yes.
Because these businesses require relationships. And building strong relationships. That means that person is going to come back to you over and over and over and over again because you have established this kind of relationship.
Yeah,
I agree with you. And that is why I keep on coming back to any shows over and over, even if I get a lot of abuse.
Who is ever going to abuse you, Michael? You're a gem. We love you. We never abuse you.
Oh, there you go. You see, I was actually waiting for that. I wanted to get a smile from him, and also at the same time, I wanted him to say something like, "You're a star. You're wonderful."
You are.
Always
You're
does
a
that.
star.
And get you what? That's a psychological thing,
Well, you're all stars. And they said, let me welcome some more people, and then I want to hear from Dr. Dorothea. I'm sure you will do, right? So, Dr. Dorothea, we're coming to you next, my friend. Aurelio, welcome, sir. Glad to have you here. Just thank you. I saw a comment earlier on, so I'll get to that. The amazing Wendy, glad you're here, my friend. Dr. Dorothea, and not Dr. Roxana, so my co-author and super author of several books. Glad you're, of course, also a maths genius, and she does events herself. So I'm glad you're here, Dr. Dr. Roxana. I got all confused. Luz, of course, we see you. So I'm sure I'll get to you as well. So Adrian, I mentioned you earlier. So I want to get to Superwoman. Grateful for Go Brunch for providing the community of online, unlike Zoom. It's true. There's many different online platforms where they're here. And so another one of my amazing co-authors and Zion, in the book that Zion and I did. So there are 10 authors, Zion stories in there. Glad has the book arrived yet? When your book arrives, then you see that Will in the book, and the Zion's there.
I think it's tomorrow.
Excellent, Dr. Roxana is there. Margaret's stories is there as well. How was about the pandemic? So, I'm sure you enjoy reading why we're so quirky, right? I'm sure. Luz, welcome all the way from the Netherlands. Always great to have you here as well, Luz. Already said something. To be strong, courageous. God is well. God is well able to give you victory. I like that. Again, this is one of the benefits of being online, my friends. You can inspire people. So come online with value. I tell you, so true, Ijoma, so true. Post something of value and captivating you. Meet great people along the line. So true, so true. Thank you so much, everyone. Let's go to Dr. Dorothea. I've been done to say Dr. Dorothea several times, so I must as well say it now, right? Superstar of Dorothea, talk to us. How are you doing?
Hello. Thank you for inviting me to the stage. Today I am doing well here in Colorado, which I'm working to make my more or less permanent home. And I'm thankful for being here to be able to share with you all. And it's an interesting topic, benefits of building online. It's something that I have not fully leaned into, but I'm on my way. I'm signed up for a Graphy boot camp to see, how I can use that platform to help build my my presence, to help build my brand. I think one person's comment when they read my LinkedIn profile and my engagement is that it's hard for people to tell who I am, and so I want to be more intentional about my presence on LinkedIn. And I use that really strictly for professional, and I use Facebook for my personal connections, and mainly staying in contact with my nephews and nieces. Seems like it's the only place I can find them these days. So I am working to build to use the online LinkedIn, etc., to really build a presence that that I'm happy with and can be proud of. I'm proud of my presence now, but there's some things that are lacking, right? I want you all to be able to see who I am when you look at my LinkedIn profile, and what I believe in and support, what my values are, right? As well as where I'm going or hope to go professionally. And I encourage you all to do the same. And part of building my online presence is I have had potential employers reach out to me, folks that I talked to like a decade ago in an interview. Have come back to me saying, "Hey, we have this position that you might be interested in," which is surprising because I spent so little time with them that many years ago that they still remember me. But also, I'm happy that that's the case. And Yeah, that's helped me to connect with some of you folks who often offer me the encouragement I need to take the next step and to overcome my grief or to overcome my fear. And that's what have been the benefits of building online been for me. So thank you again for inviting me to the stage.
I talk to myself half the time, Dr. Dorothy. I know I'm muted, but I talk anyway, right? It's amazing shares. So of course, the online world can help us personally and business-wise, right? I think I love everyone's share because we are here because thanks to the internet. I mean, we wouldn't be here otherwise, would we? Well, how do we do it? Even a phone call, a group phone call, we just wouldn't do it. There's tricks in tech like this, and AI, call it that makes this thing work, right? So the online world is transforming humanity. Right? This is the second age, of I guess of humans. First, I say the one with the machines in the 1800s was the first real technology change that we had. The internet brought another to the next level. Maybe AI is going to be the next level, but we don't know. We'll have to wait.
Yeah. And I would say also in terms of transforming, so having a presence online has also helped me to help my family to reconnect, right? After decades of not being connected because of some family feud that happened before I was born, right? So now it's helped me to connect to cousins that I never knew growing up and nephews that I didn't know existed. So that's been really neat for me. And so I appreciate the advantages of being online, right? Because you can find connections that you can hold in great value.
Truly. So again, the multitude of benefits I will get. Now, I remember before the online world. I'm sure many of you don't. I was here, right? The online world was a different place. Yes, I agree, Paul. The online world gives us 24/7 connections. Literally, there's nothing like I work at night when everyone else should be asleep, and I'm talking to people all night. So I have meetings with people at 3 in the morning. I'm saying, how is it? No, without the online world, how can you do that? So let me sort of build on some of the things that you've mentioned. I think it was to make the online work for me. And so, I say in the old days, yes, networking in person was a good thing. It really networking. I guess the online world builds so many networking principles. It's about connecting with people. If you want to build your business, you have to connect with people. And of course you have to spend time with them. But I remember my favorite network was BNI, and that's a Thursday morning at 5:30 every Thursday. Rain or shine, you have to turn up every week. Yes, look, I'm saying that we're building on that to the online presence, online existence. So going networking, it was good because you make friends, connect with people, right? And also you buy from them, they buy from you. Now, I say that to say in the online world, I think many of us know the benefits. I mean, there's a comment by Paulette which I want to come to. So let me do a few comments and I'll carry on. I think Coach Ashley says, "Don't remain a message in a bottle." I love that, Coach Ashley. And that's what it's like. That's what it is when if you're not online, right? There's no other way of saying it, right? Annie, we do love you. Seriously, thank you for being you. Again, Annie is in the middle of the country in the UK. I would never have met her, if the internet didn't exist. There's a couple here. Paulette. Okay, Paulette. This is the one I'm trying to get to. It's a great question. If anyone wants to to respond, then please feel free. So Paulette says, "I can reach thousands online faster, but they don't really know me." The question, Annie, how can I reach people online and get them to know me better at the same time? See, this is the conversation I guess I think me and Zion want to have. It is, how do you bring positivity to your online experience? And that's the answer, Paulette. That's the answer. Many people come online and I guess they're afraid. But positivity is a call to action. It really is. Positivity calls on you to be confident. It calls on you to build your network. Of course it does. Connect with people and get to know them, right? I think positivity tells us that we have to be intentional wherever we are. So that's where the online space really works for that. We can reach people. Of course, look, there are billions of people online. LinkedIn has a billion alone. That's a lot of people. That's a lot. A billion people is a lot of people. But we all know here it's not that easy to engage them. It's not easy to work with them. So it's not that easy to help people that you want to help, right? But I think this is where we need positivity really. We need to live and be that person who is who has the right intentions. What's the right intentions? We're online, yes, sometimes many on LinkedIn at least, to make friends, build our business, and hopefully make some money, right? I get it, don't they? We all get it, right? See, but I think people know, Paulette, whether we are being genuinely genuine. They really do, right? They really do. I think so. We must have good intentions in our soul. And we must approach the world with a want to help. We want to make friends. Now, let me give you a simple one. So, again, I work with businesses and I talk to business owners every day. And some are surprised. They're like, I have a great service. Why are they not buying it any? What's wrong? What am I doing wrong? It's not like what you're doing wrong, my friends. I think we all need to learn, and we'll learn here. What we have to learn is that we need to build that community that many people talked about earlier. A community of people who know, like, and trust you is the game. So that comes from you being the person that you are, being your real self. being the person who is positive, the person who has good intentions, not just want to help people, the person who is positive enough to be able to want people to help you too. You see, it can't be a one-way street. It must be a two-way street. And if I meet with you, I won't try and say anything until now. If I know you need my help, I'll tell you I can help you. But I must be willing to listen to you to hear how you can help me, so I can make such a decision on would I want your help or not, right? Many people don't give other people a chance. They just want to sell their stuff. So, but let's stop doing that. The whole point of the advantage of the online world is that we can connect as friends. Friends support friends. Friends buy from friends. I'm saying build a network of friends. They will support you. When they need you, they'll come to you first. Why would your friend go somewhere else? They won't. No, but we must be genuine enough to actually want to be friends. That means having good intentions in your heart. Positivity is not just how we think or how we feel at the moment. Positivity is the way we are. So I'll take that back to say, if you have a business, positivity says you are unique, you are gifted. You're a gem. You're one of a kind, and you have powers that others don't have. You have abilities, skills, gifts, some divine that only you have. We are called on to refine that gift, sharpen our skills, and work out how to use our gift to really help people. That's the first part. Those who have positivity in their soul find a way to get better. We get better every day. But also, and that better is mixed with our personality, maybe, in that we're genuine friends. We're genuine people who want to help people. I say I get people to help us back, right? But it all comes back to that thing. It's been said many times by almost everyone. Relationship building, my friends. That's the heart of the online community. Good relationships with people. On LinkedIn, many people they're lonely, right? We must learn to just be their friends. That's what most people want. That's and I talked about many of had struggles, for example. I'm saying that, but we've all been there. So let's be the ones who do offer a smile, the ones who do offer a comment, the ones who do offer encouragement to someone who needs, who wants, right? So it's hard to look at people who are struggling in real life and walk past them, right? So why do we do it online? We can't do it online. We have to stop for a second. Are you all right? And really mean, are you all right? If they say no, we'll make time to meet with them to really find out. Just talk. I'm not going to say to you, make everyone's life better. I'm saying just give them time to talk. Make people you meet feel valued. See, I live with a simple principle, and thankfully that's from learning about positivity and mindset. The principle is this: treat everyone you meet like there's the star that they are. So you've heard me say this many times. We are the stars. Those big people, the big names, YouTube stars, they mean nothing to me at all. You're the ones I know, and you're the stars in my life every day. And I hope you'll agree that whenever we have an interaction, I get across the fact that you are amazing, and I know you're amazing. I think that so the second principle I live with is leave everyone you meet with a sense of increase. Right? Make them when anyone meets with you, partly answering your question. Leave them feeling special. How do we do that? It comes down to being genuine. Now, when you meet with someone, listen to them, give them time. Don't try and sell them something. Just be their friend first of all. I can't say that enough, right? Give them time, give them space, hear what they have to say, and then if you can help them, you can tell them how you can help them. If they can help you, you're open as well. Otherwise, appreciate them for who they are, what they do, where they've been. This is the way I live every day. Let me tell you, my friends, it's built my business. Now, there was a time I didn't have a clue. I've been in business 10 years, going to 11 years now, right? Early days, I didn't have a clue. They said I used to know networking. Okay, I want to. I need to sell. I need money by the end of the month. I need to sell. No, you don't. You don't. Unless you make friends, you're not going to sell anything, right? But again, I go back to my point about design your business. Design a business that really helps people. That's the gift of positivity, really. Learn to deal with disappointments. I mentioned earlier, Zion, how door to door was miserable. He was miserable because you get, if you're going to use the online for marketing, my friends, realize that you're going to get more no's than yes every day. Sometimes you get 10 no's, but you get a yes from someone. But you must have a positive mindset enough to carry on, to get through the disappointments, get through the no's. The no's, they're not even disappointing. You haven't failed. They haven't said no. They said no, not now, not right now. Maybe later. Maybe another day. Maybe another service. Maybe something else that you can do, right? That's why I say your comments, Aurelio, be strong and courageous. It's true. You must have the faith that you are that person who can really help people. If you're going to help me today, don't hate me. Don't go be talking bad about me to anyone else. No, just know in your heart of hearts that you're doing the right thing. The people who you need will come to you. So, and this is why I say to you: build a community of people, build a community of friends. Don't deal on fears. Don't deal on fears. Deal on confidence. Deal on knowing you are gifted. That's positivity in the world we live in. That's real positivity. Again, so I'll leave it with it, my friends. That there's so many opportunities online. As we've mentioned, posts, of course, that's one avenue. Zara does podcasts. I'm saying that we have to learn the different methods that we can leverage the online space. There's content, there's videos. I'm saying, what you do on YouTube, what you do on LinkedIn, two different things. I said, look, find your voice, my friends. Find your voice. Find your confidence to want to help people. Your friends will come to you in the end. It might take time. If you're struggling, I think it's God just saying to all of us, get better. Get better. Whatever that means to you. Don't just sit there and just carry on struggling. Do something different. And if that means learning more, being more friendly, making more friends, going to other people's events, do something. Don't just positivity doesn't just mean thinking positively. It means doing to improve. That's positivity for you, right? I could talk all day about this, Zion, but I think I've talked enough.
Wow, thank you so much, Mr. Eni. That was very profound when you were sharing. I was like, wow, that's so spot on. And I believe that we are all taking notes. The whole reason or the essence of hosting an event like this is not for the sake of event, so that people can learn. We can be 1% better every day. We can share our experience to inspire people, to encourage people out there, to give people hope and let them know that if we can do it, you can do it. And that was a good question, Paulette. And just to add to what Mr. Eni have said, if there's one thing I've learned, that for people to know you and get to work with you, on my journey, I've learned one thing, that consistency builds credibility. I'll say that again. Consistency builds credibility. Be on their face. Show up as if your life depends on it. The more you show up, the more people get to know you. For some people, they only show up once in 6 months or once in a year, and you are expecting people to come. It does not work like that. When you are consistent in showing up, people trust you. I've had hundreds of people reach out to me. You know what? I always see you on my feed. I see your video pop up. I see your event pop up. I need to know this person. I didn't reach out to them. I didn't beg them for attention. But because they always see the event pop up, my content pop up on their feed, they were like, I need to know this person. I need to see this person. So one way for people to get to know you, on your online space, it's for you to be consistent. Consistency is a game changer. You need to show up. Now, consistency I don't mean you must show up every day. Okay, you have to be online 24/7. No. You can schedule your time, prioritize your time. Okay, I'm showing up on this day, on this time, on this day. It works that way. but make sure it's frequent enough that people get to see you, people get to like you, people get to trust. And secondly, I think Obia mentioned something like that earlier. Make sure you are creating value. I will say this again. For people to want to know you and want to work with you, there should be an evidence that you are creating value. And do you know one thing about value? Value has a voice. Value attracts. People want to be around value. People want to associate themselves with value. People want to be around people who they know that they can learn from. So when you're a person who consistently gives value, people do not have a choice than to be around you. Value is attractive. You begin to attract the right people. You begin to attract people who are interested in what you're saying. Yes, that's what they say. Come online with value, post something of value and captivating. You will meet great people along the line. Yes, like I said, value attracts. As you begin to give value out there, the value you are giving will attract the valuable people that you need. I will say that again. When you begin to give value, the value attract the valuable people that you need in your life or in your business. So giving value is key. For most people, when they share content or they are online, they're just coming here to make enemy or to criticize people. They are coming here to look at, oh, you did not do this right. This is wrong. No, it's not about that. Create value. When people read your post or they watch your video or listen to you, they should be learning. They should be better. Because I tell you, humans are naturally wired to gravitate towards a place where they are valuable, where value is dishing out. People and humans are naturally wired to be in an environment where they know that they can grow and they become better. People want to associate with people of value. I don't want to associate with somebody that cannot offer anything, that does not have value in their life. The same way I think like that, that's the same way other people are thinking like that too. So be a person of value, and I tell you, people will be attracted to you. Then this, I know Mr. Annie mentioned this earlier, be intentional about people. Sometimes what people need on this online space is someone to just ask them, how are you? It's not business talk. It's not partnership talk. It's not buy my this, buy my, it's not sales talk. As simple as how are you can go a long way, to create the bond you never expected, to create the partnership, to create the collaboration, to give you the sales opportunity you never thought you could have. Be intentional about people. One thing I will always say is people are people before business. No matter the kind of business you are running or the kind of entrepreneur you are a person first. And the ability for you to care for people's well-being, be intentional about people is a game changer. It brings you closer to them in ways you could never imagine. My experience on the online space has been so powerful. It's all about building relationship. And in the process of building relationship, getting to know people, check up on people, know how they're doing. Oh, how was your week? How has it been today? How was work today? That's all. There are thousands of people out there who do not have people in their life to ask them, how are you? Yes, I can attest to that. There are people out there who do not have somebody to ask them, how was work today? There are thousands of people out there who do not have people around them to check up on them, to know about their well-being. So when you come to the online space, there's so much you can do, to put yourself in the front of people or to attract people to you. Like I always say, lead with love, lead with kindness, lead with compassion, lead with empathy in your heart. These are the basic elements of humanity. And if you can be able to give this to people, I tell you, people will be attracted to you. Not just attracted to you, they want to stay with you. Because when they're around you, they feel the love, they feel the compassion, they feel the kindness. And if you're somebody like that, it's going to show forth even in your business. If you're somebody that is loving, it's going to show forth in your relationship with people, in your dealing with people, in building business, it shows forth. So being intentional about people is key. As much as you want to build on your online space, you want to put yourself out there. It is people that runs the online space. It is not machines. It is people. And the ability for you to love people, treat people like people, appreciate people, support people, be there for people, be kind to people, that's the game changer. That's how you utilize the online space effectively and efficiently, because it's all about people. People want to be where they are loved, where they are supported, where they are appreciated. For me, every time I show up, I go all out to make sure that everyone I get to have a conversation with, check up on them, know how they are doing. Before the business conversation comes in, hey, how are you? You know, when me and Mr. Anywhere usually jump on a call, the first thing, hey, Mr. Z, how are you doing? Oh, I'm doing good, I'm fine. Before you go into the conversation of the day. But for some persons, it's not like that. So we have to be intentional about the online space. There are so many opportunities out there. There's so many things we can do. The opportunities you are looking for, the partnership you are looking for, the collaboration you are looking for, the business idea you are looking for. I could still remember, working years back to become an author, which couldn't happen. But because I came on the online space, I met Annie, and boom, in the space of 2 months, I became an author, a bestseller, in 4 countries. Why? Because I was able to utilize the online space and I was intentional about building relationship. There are many opportunities out there, but building intentional relationship can only open such opportunities to us. And when you're intentional about building relationship, people begins to trust you. And when the trust is being established, people can be able to talk to you and share with you their business idea, the things they want to do. It becomes much more easier. It's a whole wide topic, but I'm so glad we are able to share so much on it today. And it's a big thank you to everyone who has joined us. Before we call it a wrap, I'm just going to pass the mic to our 2 guests. We still have 2 amazing guests with us on stage today, so that they can just give us their last thoughts today, even as we call it a day today. Gladys on screen already. Gladys, thank you so much. I'll pass the mic to you. Final word for the event today.
Well, I learned so much from all of the guests, Zion, everyone actually. But I know going forward, I need to create value and to just work on building relationships and to be kind, as you mentioned, Zion, and just have a genuine interest in folks and ask them how they're doing and don't be pushing products on them. So I think that's very important. And just continue to keep building and building relationships, meeting more people. So that's my take on it.
That's the formula, my friend. That really is a formula. The more people you meet, the more people you patronize your business in time. Trust me. No, I was for years. I was doing what everyone does. I was posting. So, Mrs. Z, you got two responses. I got nothing. Tumbleweed. My YouTube was dying. But when I started learning about mindsets and positivity, that's when my business changed. So just keep, the more people you meet, it's that extra step, Gladys. The online world is online. I get that, right? But I think we need to make a hybrid world. Meet them online, and then go and then meet them. Whether it's on a Zoom call or something like that. They're across the world. You can't meet them physically, but those you can meet physically, meet them. Americans are very good. They actually go for coffees. They go across states to meet people. I'm like, the British, we're terrible. We're like, you live across the road. Oh, that's too far. I'm going back home to my computer. So let's not be that person, right? But the more you meet people, and with the good intentions, it does matter. Dr. Dorothea, thank you so much, Gladys. Thank you so much. Dr. Dorothea, what do you want to leave us with today, my friend?
Yes, I want to leave you with, I think the last part that you said, right? I need to be more intentional about meeting people in person. I've moved to a metropolitan area. I have a lot of connections here in the Denver metro area. Now I need to step out on faith and start meeting these people in person versus just connecting online. So that's what I'm leaving you with, just to build on that. Definitely, if you're in an area where you can meet with your connections, take some time out to have coffee. And if you're not able to meet with them in person, have a coffee chat so that you're seeing each other and communicating online. And just have a wonderful weekend, everyone.
Thank you so much for sharing. 100%, I agree with you. Look, we have this weird thing about, because there's a screen between us, it's not real. It's real. It's as real as it comes. All my friends are online. I got family, thank goodness. All my real friends are online. You know, when I meet you, Gladys, you know, when I meet Gladys, when I meet you, Dr. Dorothea, when I meet you, Zara, we're real friends. I don't think there's screen between us. And bring your coffee, bring your cup of tea. I do. Be like calm, bring your meal. Have a meal with friends, right? Literally. Now, let's do a couple of the comments and then so we can call it a day. We've done brilliantly today. And Safa, I see what you're saying. I'll be honest. You know, I've been in the States. I've been in the States your business mindset on LinkedIn, right? So that's a struggle, right? If you talk to me on almost any other platform, I will be more open to conversation. Initially on LinkedIn, I would ask about people's hobbies and things like that, but I didn't always get a response. You know, here's what, now, if anyone wants to respond, feel free. So, you know, what I would say is this, Safa, you know, as long as you got good intentions in your heart, positivity in your soul, if someone doesn't want to engage, let them be. What can you do? Don't let it affect you, and don't let it affect your next conversation. That's what I would say to you, right? You know, but lead with the open mind, an open conversation. And have conversations. So I don't sell to anyone on my first meeting. They're mostly they're like, they want to sell me something. I'm like, no, let's talk again. Now, if you want me to help you, let's talk again. Because by then, you know, I'm not selling them. I'm trying to help them, and they know that, right? So, but you know, but it is that conversation. LinkedIn is full of humans, my friends. Conversations. I hardly spend time on Facebook, by the way. So, you know, if you can do it there, you can do it here too, as well. So leave people feeling better. That's why I did this in person. Again, thank you for reminding me. Let's connect and build relationships first before trying to sell anything. So get back, and that's a huge one for me, right? You know, let's all commit to leave here today and do what we know we have to do. Now, be that person that attracts good people, as Zion said earlier. That comes from being good people, right? You know, don't be I used to do or I could do. Go 100% all in on those relationships. Really, you know, you see the difference. I promise you will. And if you don't see it, come and tell me. You know, whenever you will DM me and say, right, I tried, it didn't work, right? I bet you would change your business. You know, literally, let's go all in. Let's go all in to make real friends, more friends, and our business, you know, will be truly something that when we look back a year from now, we'll be like, I can't believe that's where I was. Already a million people. LinkedIn has a billion people, my friend. So a million is only what? Was that 1%? So I was like, come on now. It's doable. You know, like I say, go all in, my friend, go all in. You know who you want to help, go help them. You know, but you really must truly want to be their friend first. You know, Ejoma, I see what you're saying. We need to be careful of what we post and repost. I can never take you seriously, no matter what the solution you bring, if you are or controversial and insulting people online. Yeah. People keep track of online activities and can never be erased. I'll tell you, what goes online stays online, my friends. That's the truth, right? You know, it's like, look, I don't want to say to you, always be gregarious and happy and cheerful. You know, that's not the answer, right? You know, the answer is simply bring value, as I said. You know, aim to help people. I see people, you know, people get stuck in a way of thinking. You know, Gladys, you're the one here, right? People get stuck. I've got friends who get stuck in, you know, the black discrimination conversation. That's what they post about. So I'm saying it doesn't help you. It doesn't help anyone. Don't do it. Yes, I feel I'm black. I feel the pain. I get it. But don't, you know, what are you going to post as different that gives people value, that helps people, and they can go, oh, I saw that, I learned something, took something away from that. Now, that's what we have to try and do, right? No, I mean, hammering other people, whatever reason, it doesn't help you, it doesn't help them, it doesn't help anyone at all. You know, negativity is toxic, and people will attach you to negativity. They'll think that, and it's always insulting people. You know, and even if you insult me, I won't respond. I don't respond unless I really have to. Even then, I'll say, let's take it offline. Let's talk and let me see what the issue is. Don't get into online fighting with people because you don't win. They don't win. Everyone loses. You know, so if you have to speak with positivity, but speak with honesty more than anything else. That's what I say. Professor, I agree with you. I preach it any. I do. Connect with friends. Connect, be friends first. Don't try to sell anything to any of them. You'll be amazed. You make more money by not trying to sell at all. You know, imagine having people begging you for you to help them. That's the real trick. It can be done. People do it every day. You see many people doing it. You know, it works. But I think you said it very well, Gladys. The more people you meet, the more business you do in the end. Take it from me. If that doesn't work, let me know. I'll learn a new lesson, right? Look, thank you so much, everyone. Prof, I love you, but you know that already. German, you're a gem. Paulette, thank you so much. You know, so Aurelio, Dr. Aurelio, thank you so much for being here. Safi as well, of course. You know, Gladys, you know, you're the biggest star. I always tell you that, right? Thank you so much for being here. Wendy, if I miss you out, Adrienne, Margaret was here as well. She's still here now. So now thank you all for sharing your gems with us. So join us again next week. But if you want, here's the reason that we do these rooms partly and these conversations. So we're writing a book about positivity and how to apply it. Because Zion's a positivity coach. And this is a concept that people need to learn to apply. You know, so I say we'll take something from what we said today and apply it. You know, truly apply it. Don't apply it by 10%. Don't apply it by 20%. Go for it, all in. You know, and you would change, and other people would change towards you as well. Now let's build our success on positivity, my friends. Look, join us again next Friday, and then I'm gonna have another amazing conversation, I'm sure. Take care, everyone. Enjoy your weekend. Take care. Take care. Bye. Bye, Gladys. Bye bye.
She's success with global.media.com and celebrating with or without champagne or rum. She's success with global.media.